All right, we're going to get into women in sports later in the show, but first we have some state champions to talk about. Last weekend, the Ridgewood Spartan softball team became the first squad in any sport to ever win a state championship for either Cambridge or Alwood high schools. Head coach Renae Leander took over back in 2015, and it would take 7 years before Ridgewood even had a winning season. But now the Spartans are Class 1A state champions. So joining us now in studio is head coach Renae Leander. Renae, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you, Shelby. It's good to be back.
Yeah, you were just here on Sunday for the Score Sunday.
Yeah.
Have you had some time to kind of soak it all in, relax? How are you guys feeling?
Yeah, I actually got to go home and kind of go to my grassroots and kind of relish in where we've been and where we've come from. So that's been nice to have that time with my family because we know softball season doesn't allow that very much.
No kidding. Well, I wanted to ask you about this. You said 12 years ago you put on your vision board you wanted to go to a small town and create this softball culture where it wasn't there. How did you do this?
You know, we just started small. When you're taking over a program and there's not a lot of buy-in, you really have to start small. So we just produced wins after wins after wins, and we worked towards 500. And then we worked on getting into the younger groups and the younger camps, and tried to go on from there, and it's just grown with the buy-in, and girls started to learn the game of softball, and they found some success, and I think that having that 1-0 mentality each day has really helped them get to where they are today.
Well, the group of girls you have now have been playing together for so many years. Could you see years ago that there was something special there?
Yeah, our assistant coach, Mike Peterson, who just finished his 50th year and is headed into retirement, although I'm sure he won't retire from softball, but we said after the first practice that this team was going to go to state. It just depended on how many years it was going to take them. We saw some ups and downs, but I think the girls learned what the other side of winning looked like, and they were just hungry to be at the top.
Yeah, of course. And they also had someone they were rallying around this year. Can you talk about Jade and who she is?
Yeah, we didn't know Jade prior to the Strikeout Cancer event, and it came to our attention that we had somebody in our community at Alpha in the Alwood School District that was struggling with some pretty devastating news, and the family was graciously allowing us to really rally around Jade, and she's done nothing but remind the girls that softball is bigger. The game of life is bigger than the game of softball, although a cliche, and it really kept them honest and in the moment when we get to play this game. And
Jade is a 5th grader, is that right?
Yeah, she's a 5th grader, and she loves all the quirky things in the world and her axolotls, if I'm saying those correctly. So she just finished a Make-A-Wish trip to some local zoos down in St. Louis, I believe, and so she had just made it back to all those great experiences for the state championship as well to add to that list.
Wow. So what's next for Ridgewood softball? I mean, how do you keep this momentum going?
Yeah, we just focus on 1-0. I know it's a mentality of winning every day, winning every moment, but we have a great group of underclassmen and juniors coming in as seniors next year, and they're going to be hungry to have a target on our back, and we're hoping to make it back to the state championship, but we're just going to focus on enjoying the game and winning every game up until that point.
Because how many seniors are you losing?
We have 8 seniors that are graduating, so they're an unforgettable class, and they've really left their mark on Ridgewood.
Wow. Well, I wanted to ask you before I let you go, what is something that you want this team to take away from this moment?
I think if you were there, you could see the moments that I wanted them to take in with the crowd behind us and all of the fans that supported them. Like, that's what being a high school athlete's about. That might be a little bit different than other sports outside of schools. You have that camaraderie and that family, and you're representing something so much more. So I hope they never forget that moment.
You too. I mean, that had to be so much fun for you as well.
It was absolutely a moment that's up there with having your kids and getting married and those sorts of things. It is, softball's big in my life, so it was a big win.
Although I saw that Gatorade bath that you got. How'd that feel?
Yeah, it was cold. It was a moment that you wait for, though, so it was pretty awesome. Yep.
Renae, thank you so much for dropping by again. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, thank you, Shelby.
Hey, like we said, Renae and some of the team appeared on the Score Sunday with Corey Cuffler this past weekend. You can watch that full video on our website underneath the As Seen on TV tab.